The Steam Game Festivals are a great way for people to discover exactly what games are on the horizon, with developers releasing trailers and demos for the first time. The autumn season for the festival, once again called Next Fest, has just wrapped, and there were a healthy amount of adventure games to explore. Hey guys, and welcome to YakWaxLips. My name is Michael, your point-and-click adventurer, and today I'm going to run down the 15 adventure game demos I squeezed into the week of the Next Fest Games Festival. If it's your first time here, I create 100% adventure game videos and blogs, so if you love to point and click, be sure to smash the like, subscribe for more, and turn on the notifications so you know when there are more adventures on the way. So, counting down from 15, here are my favourite games of the festival. If you like any of them, then I'll leave links to all the Steam pages in the description below. And finally, I must remind you that these are all demos, so things are subject to change. At 15 is the cute adventure Perfect Tides from 3Bs Inc. The low-res pixels go hand in hand with the small town story involving a young girl. Its fairly adult themes are masked under the lovely pastel colours and characters, and the puzzles were an interesting mix too. This is out sometime this year. Things get magical at 14 in Blackberry the Witch Journey from Creepy Box Games. It's kind of like a school for witches with a naughty witch, the good witch, etc., and it was a fun one to play. I did find it amusing that once I stroked a purple cat 3 or 4 times, it told me I'd upset the universe and the game ended. Essentially, I died. The art is bold and colourful, and with only a small amount of hotspots, it's one I'd stick in the casual folder. This is penciled in for December. Along with the love of Monkey Island, one thing that will never die is rock and roll. And so with that clumsy segue, at 13 is Rock and Roll Will Never Die from Valtari Takast. Another game that uses animals as characters. It seems to be a running theme in recent years. We're a bear who used to be in a rock band, but time has eroded us. We're dead keen on getting the band back together, so here's the bones of the story. Again, it's a bright, bold art choice with puzzles that are none too taxing. The release date for this is to be confirmed. From one rock star to another type of star. At 12, it's Ejected Star from Bradley Allen. Carrying on the theme from the previous game, it takes an age to get to the point. In fact, let's just say this quickly. Side note, game devs, we're here to play a game, not watch a film. Intro and cutscenes need to be short and to the point. Why use 4 lines when one will do? Why go on for 5 minutes when really we only need a 30-second clip? Anyway, now that's off my chest. This lovely space adventure uses retro pixels, which is a tick from me. I enjoyed the short demo, and the guy we play as is reminiscent of Mr. Threepwood. A bit useless, but he has his charm. Again, I'd say the dialogue is way too talky, but set that aside, it was good fun, yeah. There's no release date yet. At 11 is Ashland Dosier from Cyrob. Not your typical point and click. We're faced with reams of paperwork and have to decipher who killed who and why. It reminded me a bit of Death and Taxes, but more linear. I must say that I missed one piece of dialogue that was needed, and so without the option to repeat what was said, I was left in limbo. However, it is cleverly designed and it both looks and sounds great. This one is out in Q4 2021. Top 10 time now, but before I count down, why not come over to my exclusive point and click Facebook group, The Point and Click Adventurers, where hundreds of us adventure game loving people are having the time of our lives talking about all things adventure games. Have a look at the link in the description. Now, at 10 is The Curse of the Golden Idol from Colour Grade Games. Reminiscent of the modern gem Return of the Obra Dinn, we have to work out what the heck is happening in a scene. What are the names of the people? How have they died? And where? The pixel art was a nice touch, and I think this one could be a great fun game when it's fully out. Keep an eye on it. There is, however, no release date yet. We're heading out west at number 9 with Lone Mclone Gun, a western adventure from Sonomio Games. There's a hefty amount in this demo, and it took me a good while to complete it, and along the way I really enjoyed being in the company of Lone Mclone Gun. Some puzzles were fairly tricky and a few good red herrings too. Also, the art style is certainly one I've not come across that often. I just wish there was voice acting. It's not a prerequisite at all for adventure games, but I feel the comedy and characters would come across even more if voiced in this game. I'm not sure if the final game will have voice acting, but keep an eye on my channel for a full review, which is coming in about a week or two because the game is actually out on November the 4th. The wonderfully designed Strange Horticulture is at number 8 from Bad Viking. In this game, we're the owner of a plant shop and customers enter needing certain remedies. We have to scour our books and shelves to give them the plant that they require. Now, saying this out loud, it sounds really trite, but in experiencing the game, I had a great time. I was absolutely immersed. My one criticism would be that the text was far too small for my eyes. There is a fair bit to read too, so after a while I just needed to have a break from it. Anyway, this is out early in 2022. It's not often that something truly unique comes across my path, but Who's Leela from Garage Heathen, coming in at number 7, is absolutely that. From the art style alone, the chromatic super low res had me struggling to figure out what things were in what's going on. My eyes somehow adjusted pretty quick though, and yeah, I was pretty hooked. It's hilarious and terrifying in equal measures. The face on the right hand side can be moved to give yourself different emotions, putting up lips, pushing down eyebrows, etc. You can then answer questions from people in differing ways. It's so bizarre, I'm not sure what to make of it still, days after playing it. Tell me what you think of it in the comments below. This is out in February 2022. We're heading to the 80s at 6 with unusual findings from Epic Llama. I wanted to absolutely love this. The trailer and the poster are killer and the soundtrack is too. But like so many demos on this list, I sat for 5, maybe even 10 minutes just reading reams of text. I get that the story and the scene needs to be set, but my excitement dwindled after a while. The puzzles in the demo too were really just a bit straightforward and obvious, and then we hit another massive cutscene. Now, it sounds like I didn't like it, but it's at number 6 because, well, despite over-the-top dialogue and a way too long intro, it was delicious to look at and I do have high hopes for it. Maybe it's the nostalgia kicking in? There's no release date set yet. It's top 5 time now, and it's the perfect time to make sure you're subscribed as I release weekly videos looking at loads of upcoming adventure games, so don't miss out. And also, don't forget to smash the like. Best Month Ever opens the top 5 from Warsaw Film School Video Game and Film Production Studios, or WFSVGAF for short. I'd not heard of this at all, but we'll be keeping an eye on it. We play as both a woman and her son in this drama, with choices paving our way. There are different meters on the side of the screen for things like love and crime, and everything we say and do affects this. The art style and voice acting are top notch, and I'm super stoked to play the full game. That's why I love these game festivals, as there are so many games that simply pop up from nowhere and get you hooked, and Best Month Ever is definitely that. There's no release date set yet though. An adorable little robot awaits us at number 4 in Life of Delta from Aero Games. All honesty, I wasn't fussed about the trailer to this game. It was fine, but nothing grabbed me. But the demo was another story. I can't help but compare it to Machinarium as number 1, with an adorable little robot, and number 2, it's partly point and click and partly puzzle games. The puzzles were fairly tricky too, and it's headed a little bit higher on my wishlist now. There's no release date yet. Born Punk hits the high notes at 3 from Inserts Disc 22. This seems to have been in the works for ages. It's reminiscent of the 80s, but there's more cyberpunk elements to this point and click. The demo is only really one room, but that one room is full to the brim of, well, stuff. You know, you can click on pretty much anything. It does what a demo should do: welcome us into their world, dangle a small amount of story in front of us, and leave us wanting more. And I'm definitely intrigued by where this is going. There's no release date set for this yet though. The penultimate game on my list is Cleo, A Pirate's Tale from Christoph Schultz. What looks like an RPG is actually a wonderfully crafted top-down view pirate point-and-click adventure with a strong female protagonist, funny yet not annoying characters, and strong puzzles. And just like the game beforehand, the demo hit the spot and left me wanting more. Cleo has been in development for a while, but it's about to hit the shores soon, late in 2021. And so we come to number 1, and top of the list is, drumroll, Nightmare Frames from Postmodern Adventure. It mixes together fabulous pixel art, real life locations, gripping historical story and an interesting lead character. It pretty much dives in after only a short intro and kept me intrigued throughout. Everything felt real, like we'd lived the life the lead character had, and just like a great demo should, it left threads dangling once it was over. I'm super hyped about this game. Let me know what you think about my number 1 choice. This one is out in 2022. So which of these 15 games will you be wishlisting? And what other adventure games have you spotted that are also on their way? Let me know down below in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and take a look at all the links down below for details on all of these games and more from me, including streaming adventure games on Twitch, posting daily on Instagram and chatting in Discord. Until next time, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is you're doing right now, and take care.